be sure to stick around to the end of the video for your chance to win this Legend Bracelet. Legend has partnered with gorilla doctors to help support their mission of saving gorillas from the constant threat of habitat loss, poaching, and disease. So one side of this bracelet has a capsule that's filled with dirt from the Congo, and the other side has dirt filled from a really rad lookout of the hike that we're going on. So if you want to see where this comes from and want to know how to enter for your chance to win it, stick around to the very end of this video. What's up, you guys? Morgan here, along with Mr. Tommy Danger. We're here in Park City, Utah, about to knock out a hike, and I thought it'd be cool to bring you guys along with me for two different reasons. One, everyone always asks me about hiking and CF and what happens if I hike, you know, at like a higher elevation. And we are currently, how high are we right now, Tommy? Do you know?
Oh, that just depends. Oh, we're at 8,000 feet right now.
So yeah, we're at 8,000 feet. So nothing too crazy, but it's still pretty high, especially if you have CF. It's enough to really suck wind and really be able to feel the difference to where if you live somewhere that's closer to sea level.
Just for all the followers out there that go off meters, about 2,500 meters.
I was never good at math, so numbers. And number two, there's been a really big resurgence of the GOPro Session 4. And so it's a camera that's on sale now. Like, a lot of people are getting it for like 150 bucks. And I've actually had one for a very long time and have barely used it just because every time I go out to hike or go somewhere, I always remember to bring like a vlogging camera, but never remember to bring this. So a lot of people are wondering if you can vlog with a GOPro Session number 4. And that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm gonna bring you guys along, show you what it's like to hike, you know, with CF at elevation, kind of bring you through it, how I'm feeling. And also, all the footage is going to be captured on this bad boy. So all the footage that you're watching right now and just watch is recorded with my Canon G7X, but all the footage right now is with the GoPro Session 4. Right now I'm shooting at 1080p, 60 frames per second, Pro Tune on, and that's about it. Everything else is set to auto. So we're gonna see how she does, and I'll let you guys know if I add any filters or any post-production editing or whatever afterwards. Okay, just a heads up, I know I just said I had everything on auto, but I lied. Now everything's on auto. I have the white balance, everything on auto, and I also changed the color to GoPro color, just so it wasn't so washed out. But other than that, all the settings are as I said before. How to start, rad views. Tommy is getting his 9,000 pieces of equipment, trying to get them going.
Neither of them are on right now.
Alright, so we're like 10-15 minutes into the hike. It's all downhill so far, so I'm not breathing heavy. But this portion of the forest we're in right now pretty much looks like a horror movie, or like Narnia, if Narnia was possessed by the devil. But yeah, it's good so far. It's like 60 something degrees, maybe less up here. It's like perfect weather because it's cool enough to like keep you cool, but you're not freezing whenever you start getting hot. He's got the fancy GoPro 7 with image stabilization, and it's even on its own little, whatever that is,
GoPro
gimbal to keep it steady. So I'll even throw a couple of shots in from his, even though the Session 4 and then the GoPro 7, that's two completely different things, can still just kind of show you a little bit of the difference. One of the biggest things you guys will probably notice right off the bat is the audio. The audio with the 4 isn't the best because the housing for the 4 is automatically waterproof, and that kind of muffles the sound a little bit. But from everything that I found online, it's not too bad. Here we have a wild Tommy Danger. You want to walk very slowly to not alarm him. We made it. He sensed us, but he didn't see us. The long, flowing hair obscures their view. Oh God, he's behind us! He's behind us! Oh God! God damn it! God damn it!
God damn it!
Listen, that was a mutant squirrel, okay?
They loved each other so much that they wanted to harm a tree.
Oh. For anyone watching this vlog right now, don't do that. Don't carve your name in trees or disturb wildlife. If you do, you're just kind of a dick. Don't care how cute you think it is. It's not. All the berries. Hey, you want to play a game? We eat 10 berries and see if we can get out of here before we start like dying.
Listen close. Do you hear that? That's the sound of really rich people. Right over there. Stay quiet. They get frustrated with home-ups.
I'm feeling it now, but it's nothing bad.
Well, it makes you slow down.
I guess we have been trucking. So it doesn't get bad. So we're like 2 miles in now. And it's still not bad. I'm definitely sucking wind. And you can feel it, but the thing about it is it's easy when you have CF lungs, like wherever I'm at. I'm somewhere in like the 70% range. It's good at first, but the more you go, when you start really breathing heavy, you start working those lower lobes. That's when it gets tough because it starts breaking up all the mucus in your lower lobes, and then that mucus has to come up. And when it's coming up, makes you cough real hard, makes it real hard to breathe. But nothing too terrible. It's a sick view though. The biggest thing that gets you with hiking with CF is pacing yourself. Because like me, I'll start out and I feel great, lungs feel great, so I start just plowing through. That's not the smartest thing to do. So like now, we're like 2 miles in, and once I start breathing heavy, I kind of have to start going slower and pacing myself, because if not, you're just gonna burn yourself out. And like I said, when that mucus starts moving, it's super hard to breathe, and you just really can't keep up the original pace. But the more you hike, the more you break loose all that mucus in your lower airways, get everything going, it gets way easier to keep your pace while you're going. But I think the last time I went hiking was in the vlog that I posted when I went hiking at Crowder's Mountain back in North Carolina, which the tip of that is like maybe 1,000 feet, maybe, not very high at all. So like this, we started out at 9 or 9.5K, something like that. So definitely less oxygen, harder, but I'm doing better than I thought I would. So go me. What I'm super stoked about is to get out and do these hikes after the new Vertex medication comes out and I get on it, because I know it was night and day difference after I got on the Vertex medication, or can be. And we were hiking 14ers out in Colorado, and my legs gave out before my lungs because nobody thought to bring snowshoes. We were hiking and the forecast said maybe like 3 to 7 inches on the mountain. It's more like 15 plus in certain areas. Tommy here fell in at one point when you couldn't even see him. He was just a voice gone in the whiteness. Also, the bad thing about that time when we were hiking, we literally drove in to Colorado, went to the trailhead, got up and started hiking, and I started getting a little bit of altitude sickness just because I was cranking it so fast. My body just wasn't ready, but my lungs didn't give out. That was the crazy part about the whole thing. It was my legs and just kind of my being generally out of shape. Yeah, so that was the plan on that hike, because we were gonna do Grays, and then there's like a little knife edge that leads over to Torrey's. We were gonna do that. Didn't end up making it because there was just too much snow and the summit kept just kind of getting engulfed in clouds, and you don't want to be 14,000 plus feet high and a storm roll through. That's just bad news. So as you guys probably have guessed already by looking at all this, this is a ski resort in the season, whenever there's actually snow here. God damn it. But obviously there's no snow. So.
Dude, I'm done recording. I'm done. Hey.
Do not enter. Screw signs, we're going up. Just kidding. I would, but I'm scared we'll get in trouble. But it's not that high up. I bet that view right there, if you sat on that little ledge right there, yeah, that'd be sick. Okay, so giveaway time. So you guys can see this super rad overlook here at Park City. And Tommy, what is this exactly called? On this little part right here that I'm holding at the top has dirt from the Congo. And then this side right here is empty. So you can fill it with whatever you want. Moving forward, every hike that I do and I video, I'm going to fill one of these up with dirt from my hike. So this one will be from this location right here. So you get a lot of the loose dirt. Pack it in. So boom, Congo, Park City, Utah, at about, what's our elevation right now?
8,102.
8,102. So if you guys want to enter to win this, it's super simple. All you got to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and then in the comments below, you need to comment "Get Well Matt," M-A-T-T. And if you're asking, why am I going to type "Get Well Matt?" My friend Matt Sneary, who you guys probably seen in my last video from PAX West, or you may know him as Husky Master on Mixer, he has cystic fibrosis, and he just went into the hospital because he's been having like a super rough time. So I want everybody to comment "Get Well Matt," and then I'm going to send him the video, and he's going to check it out and see all these comments. And if you guys want to be super awesome, head over to mixer.com/huskymaster and drop him a bunch of follows. So when he gets out of the hospital, he's just bombarded with all these follows and stuff. So it'll be super rad. So if you want to win this, all you got to do, like, subscribe, type "Get Well Matt," and then that's it. I'm going to head back down now because all that we just did, like the 2 miles, 2+ miles, whatever we just did, was pretty much all downhill. And so all that downhill going back, it's going to be uphill. That's where the lungs don't like. But I'm going to slow it down, pace myself, not try to just blow through it, because we're going pretty fast. After I was going up and I got out a couple of big old loogies of mucus, it makes it 10 times easier to breathe, and so it's not as bad going back. The only thing that's bad is I didn't think I'd be staying out here for this long, so I didn't bring any hiking shoes, so I just got like these high top sneakers on, and they got a lot of toe room. And you don't want that when you're hiking, because then your toes just kind of rub together and you get blisters, and so I can feel it. How the grass is and everything, it looks like when the hobbits are leaving the Shire. Also, another cool thing, he doesn't have it going yet, but if you guys don't know who Tommy is, or Dommy, if you follow him on Mixer, Tommy has ran across the country for cystic fibrosis. He's climbed 6 of the 7 summits for cystic fibrosis. He's the founder of the More Than Just Me Foundation. Super rad dude. But I'm gonna help him get a YouTube channel started. So all these crazy adventures he goes on, he's gonna record and put it on his channel and get all you guys involved. You'll be able to see some super rad stuff. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Once we get it up and running, I'll drop the link. Definitely go subscribe if you're into it. If you're into adventure stuff, I clearly can't talk, because he's a real adventure-y guy, even though he's got hair like a lady.
Hello!
I know some of you are probably watching this, wanting to see the Hero 4 footage, just coming you found my channel through that. And if you heard me talking about cystic fibrosis and have no clue what the hell I'm talking about, or why I sound like I'm dying when I'm coughing, cystic fibrosis is an inherited genetic illness that affects the lungs, digestive system, pretty much kind of everything in your body, but the lungs is the main thing that it hits the most, or hits the hardest with most people. A normal person usually has 120 to 130% lung capacity. People with CF, we get frequent infections and have to go in the hospital for IV antibiotics, and the infections kind of chip away at your lungs. And so your lungs develop scarring, and if they get too bad, you eventually have to have a lung transplant. Mine aren't that bad. Like I'm in the 70s, like 70% range, which I know you're thinking of it. You're like, a normal human's 120 to 130. I'm at 70%. And yes, while that is bad, I'm actually very lucky. I'm very fortunate to have the lungs that I have, being the age that I am. I'm 29, and I've lost a lot of people to this disease before they've even hit 25. And it's pretty unknown, although there's been way more of a spotlight on it recently with like movies, TV shows, books, what have you. And so that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about cystic fibrosis and why I make these vlogs, and really what my channel is about. So, you know, the doctors tell you not to do a lot of things. Like, my doctors recommend not going to anywhere that's at elevation, but I do it anyways. And it's not, you know, I'm disobeying doctors or I have to be a rebel, but if I can't live life how I want, then I don't really see purpose in it. So that's what this channel is really about, is to just show people that you can still live your life and take care of yourself and get to do really rad stuff, you know, like this. Which unfortunately there are people with cystic fibrosis who have lungs that they just can't do these things. And if you can't do it, that's okay. There's tons of hikes and tons of beautiful things to go check out, even if you have lower lungs and you can't do anything at elevation or any high or big hikes or whatever. There's still tons of stuff out there. So if you're watching this and you have CF and you don't feel like you can do something like this, don't worry. It's whatever. There's so, like with the new Vertex drugs that are coming out, all these people that I know that are in the trial, their lungs have been jumping like 15 to 20%. If you get on that, if you're eligible for the drug and you get on it and your lungs jump that much, that's going to open up like a whole new world to you guys. And I mean, even me. So super stoked for the future of this disease. It's not a cure by a long shot, but we've came a long way, a real long way. Kind of the low spot where walking downhill is about to end. It's about to be all uphill. So this is where shit gets real fun. So I just put the camera on charge. I don't know how long, like I was filming some and like getting the settings kind of adjusted last night. And I didn't like charge it overnight. And we've been hiking and I've been recording for, I don't know, I've probably gotten like 25-ish minutes of footage, something like that. And the battery has been at like less than half, and then for a lot of the hike the battery has just been like non-existent, so it looks like it's gonna die at any minute, but it still has stayed alive. I just plugged it in just to be safe, but that's probably a negative with the Session 4, is I would say the battery meter is way off. So unless you're gonna plug, like hook it up to your phone, and your phone will tell you the exact percentage, it's not really that reliable. Alright, so we're almost back. Definitely have had to slow the pace because it's all up here. You can see the van way out there in the distance, out in that yonder. Hard to walk and talk at the same time, but the biggest piece of advice I'd give to someone with CF who's hiking and going uphill is you want to try to match your breath with your steps, which I can't do while talking. But if you slow your pace and you try to match a step with every like second or third breath, is what I try to do, then it's pretty easy. If someone's trying to like hold a conversation with you the whole time, it's not. But makes it way more bearable.
Why are you doing this?
He's an online vlogger.
Yep, I run a vlog. I have a lung condition called cystic fibrosis. And so I try to, if you don't know what CF is.
I do a little bit,
Oh,
yeah.
so yeah, it's a genetic illness, and a lot of people with CF, you know, they don't live to see like 25. And I'm 29, and I have around 70% lung function. A normal person has like 120 to 130. And so I try to show people that you don't have to decide between like taking care of yourself or living your life, or vice versa. That
You can do both.
yeah, you can do both.
The last one we have is about 8 big. It's an 8mm trim.
Hey, that just gave me a chance to rest with my lungs, so I'm totally fine with it. Totally fine with it.
And congratulations, and you're being a real inspiration. Yeah.
But yeah, that's really all I try to do is just show people that you can live, because doctors give you such a death sentence.
You're talking to someone that went through. I was supposed to die at 30. Same thing.
That,
And cancer and all that crap. And
I've seen you guys. What's your name of your blog?
it's Cystic One. Here, I can give you a card really quick.
yeah. And I never accepted it, but I know exactly what you're saying by doctors. The doctor said, you're going to not make it to 30. And I said, I'm not going to go to you anymore.
Yep.
I want you to know the doctor.
Yes, that has my logo on it, and then a hilarious photo of me and my animals on the back. Because I rescue animals, so those are my 2 rescues on the back. So.
It's a pleasure meeting you guys.
You guys too. All right, you
Be
too.
good. Get back.
Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed the footage you just saw that I captured with this guy right here, the GoPro Session 4. So really you're probably wondering if it's worth it or not. So if you want like a cheap action camera that you can really beat the crap out of, and it doesn't take up much room, it's not heavy at all, I would definitely recommend it. But as you can see from the footage, I didn't color correct anything. Only thing I did with the audio is I just had to boost the levels because the audio was a little quiet in places, but I didn't put on any sort of like compression, anything like that. All the settings stay the same throughout the whole thing. And you could really see the difference in the video between like the Session 4 and the 7, obviously. So if you're looking for something with like really rich colors so you can get really cool like cinematic looks for it, I would not recommend this 4. But if you're doing a lot of outdoor stuff, and especially in the water, this thing is probably for you. Probably the biggest drawbacks is obviously it doesn't have a screen on it. So as you saw through most of the footage, there was a smudge on the lens, which I wasn't able to actually see. So if this thing gets a smudge on it, you can't really see it that well, and unless you pull it up on your phone, you're not going to be able to tell it's on there. So you may end up doing like me and recording half of a video with a giant smudge on the lens and not know it. So kind of what you guys saw, I showed you all my settings. That's really what you're getting with this camera. There's not a whole lot to it. You're not going to get something amazing, but if you're doing a lot of outdoor stuff, like I said, this camera will probably work. So if you can get it for like 150 or below, I would definitely scoop it. But if you have the option to get one of the later models, I would definitely choose one of the later series GoPros over the Sessions. Thanks for checking out the video. Me and Tommy are actually getting ready to go on yet another hike. This one's going to be at around like 10 to 11,000 feet. So I'm bringing all the gear with me. I'll be recording that and showing you guys what it's like to hike at even higher elevations with CF. So it's going to be a good time. I'll also be filling up another Legend Bracelet from this point to raffle off in the next vlog. So be sure to enter the raffle for the vlog. And if you liked what you saw in the video, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then hit the little bell so you don't miss any notifications moving forward. That's all I got for you for this one, you guys. I'll catch you on the next vlog for my next hike. Morgan, out.